Welcome back to Panel Day Superheroes Ahoy. For today's video, something different. Uh, I will talk about these two books that I had got from Worthing.in. It was pending from some time. Every month I buy a set from Worthing, and for this time I had picked these books called Armageddon 2001 and Armageddon Part 1 and 2. So this is like a event. I mean, this promises to be an event which is based in the DC universe, and I expected the normal event like Infinite Crisis and Crisis on Crisis on Infinite Earth and Final Crisis and something like that. But I just wanted to share that this is something totally different. The way that has been written. So the writers are Archie Goodwin on the first part, and then Denny O'Neill on the second part. And I'll just show you a brief and talk briefly about it. So there's the concept of time travel, concept of the world ending, and this is a very alternate take on superheroes. Uh, this is so refreshing to read a book that is from, and it was actually written in 1992, so it was not in 2001 as the name might suggest. So this talks about a future of 2030 when there is the obviously computer systems and there is strangely floppy disks still around, and it talks about an entity called Monarch, which mainly, so the world that it's based in is 2030, and the Monarch had already uh, Armageddon. In the Armageddon killed all the superheroes, and the concepts are quite what you would get, like the deep philosophical concepts that you might get in a Watchmen kind of book, and this is that kind of a serious take on the DC superheroes. And then there's a concept of a family, and there's a everyman, and then he becomes someone called a wave rider. So there's a concept of time travel, and there's some brilliant panels. And I was honestly surprised with how much I like this book. um, so the first book is more introspective. There's more of thought panels. There's a lot of science also happening here. Um, and the second book is actually where you get into the action. So the actual time jump happens. And so by the end of the first book, you just get the uh, wave rider character. So he says the Matthew Ryder was trapped, and I can be something new, a voyager through infinity, wave riders on the time streams flow. So this was part one, and in part two, I won't say you actually get into the action, but the way the story is told is through perspective of Captain Atom. And there's again a very refreshing trick to Captain Atom. He is old now, and uh, he mainly sees his family being shot at the road, and it's surprising and it's ironical and it's crazy how much of a relevance this has in the present day world. It talks about gun laws and how he is disgruntled with the laws and how he sees widespread destruction, and then he goes totally crazy. He goes into full Captain Atom mode even though he's retired now. And this is where you actually get some of the superhero DC kind of kicks. You really get full on action, and Denny O'Neill both writes it as a very poetic thing, and also uh, really writes the event stuff with the multi-star stuff really cool. There's a lot of nice Superman panels, and there is a subplot with Hawk and Dove, and it's really pretty to look at. It's really great to read, and I just enjoyed this so much. There's a comedy track by The Flash, and there's not much role of the other superheroes. Batman is barely there, but Superman is there, and there is Monarch, Wave Rider, Captain Atom, and there is few little plots and twists. But this book surprised me so much that I am surprised why it does not get talked about more. So it was really a very good buy for the month of June, and some of my remaining books of the Birthing by, I'll just show you. They are the Greenlander Core annual tales. Then there is a 3 book series of Secret of Legions of Superheroes. So that's my next read, and I have great expectation after enjoying the Armageddon book so much. So thank you for watching. Panel A Superheroes Ahoy!